Back at it again. Warmed up a little bit here. I'm looking at some of the areas where I could plant some herbs right alongside this big bay window here. I could plant a lot of herbs alongside this window. It's got one rose bush that grows here, and the rest of this is just barren. I covered it with wood chips last year, so the soil is just perfect right about now. Then we go up to this second garden here along the side of the house, and oh, good news, I got two more trees coming. Alderman plum and a Burbank plum, which that's what these two here are. This is Alderman, I believe, and this is a Burbank, or could be the opposite. I'll go look at my other records and see. This here is that famous blackberry bush you keep seeing in every film, well, every video. And these are the two pear trees, Dutch and Bartlett. Very, very popular. The Bartlett is in the grocery stores. Very good fruit it produces. Also, well, it lasts some time. That's why the grocery stores favor it, because it's quality. And right next to it is these two big mountains or hills of wood chips. I'm going to order more. I've decided that. During the spring, they still do cuttings and cut down wood, so I'm going to definitely get some more to cover all these areas where I know a lot of weeds are going to try to come up, because I don't want to spread these down. I want to leave them just as they are, but put in the areas where the weeds can come up at least an inch of wood chips throughout this entire area here. And then this, oh my, this right here, one of the stars of the show in my garden. These rain barrels, which are empty right now. I put the bricks on top because in the spring we sometimes get real windy days. By these being empty, I don't want them damaged at all. Now, I'm amazed by this vine here. Look at this. I don't know, where is this coming from? Look at that. It's been 16 degrees outside, 9 degrees outside, and look at this. This thing is really cold hardy, whatever it is. I'm gonna try to get this out of the ground because I don't want it. And this here, the peach trees, very, very cold hardy. And with all these branches, going to be quite a few peaches this year on this tree. I mean, it really looks healthy. It really does. Well, it's time to feed the worms. And you can see the bins took a beating this year. I'm going to look in. I doubt if I find what I'm looking to find, because what the deal is that I usually cover these up. You can get these through the winter by simply piling the leaves on top of them, and they will survive just fine. I've done it 3 years straight like that, and had a plentiful supply of worms at the end of the year. Now, this being one of the coldest winters in history in Baltimore, I'm going to dig through here and I'm going to give the report on what I find. But one thing about worms is that they will produce eggs, and they can winter over in some pretty harsh conditions. And that's what I know I can count on, is that they left eggs so that they can reproduce. They're not going to just let their kind die out just because it's 16 degrees out here. We still have some more bad weather coming, according to the weather reports. But now we're going to take the snow, we're going to turn it over in the bins, just a little moisture. And I got to do two hands with that, so I'm going to cut this for now. Okay, all these boxes here are frozen. But I'm quite sure they will be there when the weather warms up. And I just added these. They were in the refrigerator, so I said put these in there, get them out of the refrigerator. And each one has a food supply in them. But are frozen solid. It's a block of ice, each one. And I will load them up, put extra leaves in them, and they'll be fine. They'll be absolutely fine. You keep your numbers really high if you keep it in a warm place during the winter, but nature always finds a way. They'll excrete eggs, they'll lay eggs, and once the weather breaks, those eggs will hatch and start building the population up again. This is a really slow way of doing it, but I had a lot of things to do this year, and I did not have time to really cover all this up. All right, let's move to something else.